Welcome. And we're back.
Yes,
Haven't
we
seen you in a
are.
while. Merry belated Christmas.
Did you miss us?
Did you miss us? But yes, welcome back to Shade in the City. We are here to review Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 5, episode 15. I do believe it is. Am I correct in that? Partner in crime.
Was it that long that you forgot that not to ask me?
Oh, that is terrible. So, guys, we hope that you are getting ready to have the happiest of the new year. We're wishing you abundance, prosperity, blessings, all of the
Money.
things. Money. Well, that's prosperity. Anyway,
We got to make sure. Look, you hear us. Money.
right? Do you hear it?
You understand?
We're putting it in the universe. So anyway, guys, if you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, thank y'all so much. We have seen the Christmas gifts that you have dropped and the subscribes, and we appreciate it.
Have.
So thank you. And y'all, let's get into it. And let's get shady because it's been a while.
So Mel is at home, getting her private massage. Apparently, she forgot that, her homegirl Stormy was coming over. She forgot. And she's like, she's just gonna have to sit here and watch me get my massage. See what you're not about to do. Okay, but what you didn't do is forget that I came over here. When I invite people over to my house, I accommodate everybody. So what you need to do is have a masseuse over here for me also, and let me know to be ready to get rubbed down. Okay, but you know what? We're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because she said that she forgot. So
and she's money making Mel. She too busy making that money. She got too many things on her mind.
She ain't making it storm like Stormy. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
But regardless, it doesn't matter because Stormy came over for the tea. All right. She wanted to know how this trip went. She let Stormy know that, Martell, his mom, and her mom came. Everybody stayed on their own levels. She let that be clear. She's like, they was up there. I was down here. The kids, there was no, no mixing and mingling like that going on. But she says, that they had fun. They did things with the kids. They just really had a good time. But she says after the trip, he was sharing her business with his child's mother. That she had COVID, yeah. And apparently
that potato salad, coleslaw.
Yeah, because I don't really like coleslaw. I love potato salad. Except for Trisha. Trisha makes some good coleslaw. That's banger. But apparently he also mistaked her on the phone for coleslaw. I don't know how the hell that happened. She didn't really get into that.
And you notice how they never said her name either?
Because she don't want her likeness used. Mel need to just start saying
use my likeness.
Mel need to just start saying coleslaw. And Mel basically says, none of that really matters to her. She don't care about being mistaken for, this side dish because, she the whole steak dinner. She don't really give a damn because she is so far removed from Martell. But, she still basically. But, she still felt like, he was being messy. He was being messy Martell. And it made her revert back to basically the way she used to carry it. She's like, he's too messy. And we're going back to the way I used to carry it. Really not fucking with you, homie.
I need boundaries, bitch. Boundaries.
Get out my box, okay? Got an ice box.
That's where my heart used to be.
And basically, she says that Mel, I think it was in the confessional. She says that she ain't got no beef with this girl. She really don't even know her. And she thinks that she's beautiful. And people really just want them to have beef. And, it's just something that ain't there. So Stormy asked if, she's going to the event tonight. And she says, she has no desire to be around anyone who disrupts her peace. And she's worked too hard on her peace to let anyone disrupt it. And, when it is, disrupted, her kids can feel it. So, yeah, she ain't really feeling that. She ain't really about to do that. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay. It's about time for Martell's Inest wine event. And, he says that he invited Destiny and Chris for some extra eyes and to make sure everything goes smooth. Destiny wants to know if his new boo was coming. And of course, he ain't ready to open up about that. But everybody and their mama already know. Boo is already all over the blogs, but it is what it is. So Destiny follows, basically, Destiny pulls up a recording of Mel basically saying she don't care who he's dating. And it's not the first woman that she saw him with. And basically, he's like, oh, like, who the hell is she to even worry about what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with? And he's basically like, how dare she? And says that she had plenty of people around and babysitting their kids that he ain't never met. Now, is he babysitting? Are we talking about dudes or are we talking about females? I'm confused. He confused me with that. And basically says that Mel doesn't know how much he's matured because, he's been doing therapy for a year that she don't even know about. And he's been doing his own thing as he should. And basically, Destiny asked him why he didn't let her know before social media did. He's like, it wasn't her business. What she need to be worried about is them co-parenting because that's the issue right now. I said, all right, Marcel. Okay, Marcel.
I just feel like, how about we discuss? I don't think Mel was worried about you. I think she said it in the interview. She dismissed it. And she said, I'm not concerned because he was doing this shit when I was married to him. Why would I be concerned now that I'm not with him? That don't make sense.
I'm gonna be a little honest with you. I think it did sting a little bit. This is not coleslaw.
Oh, so you want some? Okay, we'll get there.
I am. I'm there.
We see Tisha getting ready to the event, and she's trying to get her and Marcel's outfits together. So that
she's trying to coordinate.
So they don't look like two people who just showed up at the event together. It actually looked like a couple. Now, Marcel really is uninterested. He says you can expect to have Martell to have three things: wine, fireworks, and dress to the nines. And he knows he's not going to outdo Martell. He jokes that last time Martell had on a fox, and this time he expects a walrus or a pterodactyl. I said, okay.
I thought it was pterodactyl.
What?
I think it's pterodactyl. I think the
pterodactyl. That's what I said.
You said pterodactyl.
Well, because it had a P. Because
I think the P is silent.
You're an ass. Anyway, so Tisha asks how he thinks things are going to go since this is everyone's first time seeing each other since the Madani event. Marcel thinks things will be fine. The ladies will get together and go off and have an argument because that's what they do. And of course, Owen runs back the tape.
And he had a point because he was like, yo, every time there's been an event, all the ladies did that. And of course, they ran it back and that's what happened. So
that's what they do.
I couldn't even be mad because I was like, why are you going to say that about the females? But I mean.
Well, Tisha thinks everything will be fine now that everybody's in a better place. And Marcel talks about how this is a big deal for Martell. And, he says he has people come into Black. I don't know, he doesn't know if they're trying to be shady, but they're asking why he doesn't carry Inest wine.
They're going to carry it. They said, of course they're going to carry it because it's not competition.
Oh, I heard they said.
Yeah, no. He said, what he said was he don't know if they're trying to be funny and be like, are y'all going to carry it? But he was like, of course. It's not competition.
Okay.
Yeah, he says, when they toast Black, you toast to excellence. And maybe you're winding down on a Wednesday and have Inest. I say, you shady mother. You. So yeah, he said they gonna have it at Black,
And my
but it's
notes
because it
literally
ain't no
say an
competition.
asterisk shade.
It was definitely all tea, all shade on both. They said, look, I think Tisha even said it's not the same.
Well, then he then brings up the interview Mel did and talks about how she acts unbothered. And Tisha thinks Mel is just really good at hiding her true feelings. Marcel talks about how when acting unbothered, as if it's a strength, just makes you look more bothered. He thinks the words "I don't care" means you do, because if you didn't, there's no reason for a response.
Mm,
He believes Mel could handle it when she felt Martell was leveling down, but the level up may be affecting her. I would love to hear Nell's thoughts on that.
I agree. I don't think it's affecting her to an extent where um I would say that it's bothering her. But do I feel like she might feel some type of way? Yeah. Because now he's not totally pining over her. Um, and I mean, he's actually got someone who makes their own money, like has their own bag.
Because Martell likes a
It's
woman with her own
it's
bag.
yeah, Mel. What other woman he had with their own bag?
No, I'm just saying.
But to Mel, that would be a level up.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, you're just taking care of another side dish or whatever, or just some, I'm not gonna sit here and call this girl names. But if we were comparing her to Sheree,
Right.
you know
Okay.
what I mean? That's a level up. So it's like, yeah, it was easier when it was coleslaw. Now,
Well,
now you might be slinging the thing the right way.
we see everyone show up at Martells Event looking good. The venue is beautiful. And it has a great view of Huntsville, I will say. Now Tisha is wondering whether Mel is gonna show up. And Tiffany brings up Stormy's shoot and how Mel mentioned her and Destiny had met up. Now Tiffany asks what the status of the friendship is, and Destiny lets her know they're not friends. They can agree to disagree, and they can at least be in the room together. Tiffany goes further to say she couldn't really tell if they made up at the peace party and didn't know if it was real or fake. Destiny tells her the only thing that got on her nerves at the peace party was her. You, boo boo. You.
Stormy likes, what did Tiffany do? Stormy, you already know.
Right. So
Destiny's like Tiffany being Tiffany.
right. So Destiny says Tiffany is very unaware and she never reads a room or the vibe. And she's consistent with making awkward moments awkward. I thought that was very well put, Destiny. Hats off. Marcel goes up to talk to Chris Fletcher, and Chris confronts him about the story regarding the Atlanta trip and him dropping his name for an alibi. Marceau says he responded that way because he didn't like the way Tisha was coming at him. Did I read that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Marceau doesn't think Chris was responsible to defend him, but he could have stood up and told the truth without his tone changing or talking about maybe what he didn't see. Wait. Chris says something about him being in New York. This is where you're gonna have to clear it up.
On January
His
4th.
wife on the 4th.
Well, I think the way he made it seem was like social media had it wrong. That social media had it wrong. He said they had him in New York on that date, but actually he was in Atlanta on January 4th, and Marceau, they met up with Marceau. So the way it made it seem was like,
And I guess he posted it on whenever he posted it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, basically Marceau just kind of wishes that he would have just said the truth rather than
Being biased as he posted.
biased. Mm-hmm. So I saw the ladies were standing around discussing whether Mel is coming or not. And I did, and Stormy, she basically said that she was trying to convince her, but she thinks she's coming. I did notice Destiny had left the group. Clearly, she was completely aggravated with Miss Tiffany. and was like, let me get the hell up out of here. Um, of course, everybody wants to know, not just the ladies, but the men too, want to know if Sheree is showing up. And in a confessional, Martell says that they both decided that it would be best if she didn't show up because the focus would be on them and them dating. And he wants everything to be about his event and Inest. Completely understandable because that's exactly what would happen. Maurice and Kimmy showed up. And of course, Kimmy is looking beautiful as always. Hair done, nails done, face done, hair done. Period. Okay. And Martell, says that he took a few days to write his speech. It's very important because, he completely screwed it up in Atlanta. And now it has to be perfect. But of course, he goes to say it and is already stumbling all over his words, already messing it up. But he did fix it. It did get much better. And this time he did mention his grandmother as Miss, Inest, as the inspiration for the wine.
Because I did not know that.
You said what?
Your notes are so much better than mine. I did
You're
not.
so silly.
I didn't touch on any of that. I was like, he gave his speech.
But he did mention his grandmother, Inest, as the inspiration for his wine and her children. So, his uncle won't be mad no more. He even brought them up, So everybody's feeling good now. Now Kimmy and Maurice are having to sit down with Stormy and Destiny. And Stormy basically says, she's just checking in and says that she did want to speak to her after the peace party because she did see her, break down a little bit. And, she's such a strong person. Kimmy shares that prior to the event, she found out that she had a lump in her breast. And they went to the doctor that had a mammogram and ultrasound. And by the time that she got to her house, she wasn't even sure if she can be present for the party, and feels like that may have been one of the hardest nights of her life. Okay. And says that she was actually diagnosed with cancer, with breast cancer. Of course, Kimmy and Stormy get emotional. I'm sorry, I think it was supposed to say Destiny. Of course, Destiny and Stormy get emotional. Kimmy lets her know.
Stormy almost knocked that poor girl out her chair trying to embrace her. It was so sweet though.
Yeah, she did. Kimmy lets her know that it's been a whirlwind with all the doctor's appointments and the chemotherapy. And Stormy just gets up and embraced her, just like Tree said, and really did almost knock out her chair.
And Marcel, I think, is outside talking to Jalen.
Yeah, so I had split it up. I didn't want to do the back and forth. Kimmy says that this is why basically she's been aloof. She didn't want to be somewhere crying every 5 minutes. And it's taking time to, be able to get back around everybody. And basically she got her soldier with her, her rider. Okay. Destiny tells her that she knows she ain't gonna ask, but she is there if she needs her. And Kimmy says, that's basically all her friends keep on telling her. And she's not an asker. That's just who she is, but she does appreciate it.
And she just goes home and hangs out with Marcel.
With her,
Maurice.
With her boo, her baby boo. And outside, Marcel is talking to Jalen and asks how he's dealing with the situation that his mom is going through. And he says that he doesn't know how to feel about it or how to process it, but he is definitely scared. He says that he feels like as a man, he can't really show that all the time. He says some days he talks to her and she's happy and good. And some days, he can't get a response from her or Maurice, and that hurts. He also says before his mom met Maurice, he's never seen his mom cry until her wedding day. So seeing his mom like this and in this pain really, really hurts him. Marcel basically tells him that he can't tell him how to manage his feelings, but his heart goes out to him. And basically he's going through the same thing with his mom. With his so what I understood from what he said was he's going through the same thing with his mom, as in Jalen's mom,
right,
and his sister and his brother and his wife. Okay. And basically it brought him to tears. Basically because the fear for them, he knows that they got to be scared. He tells him if there's anything that he needs, basically he will reach out to him because he knows that Jalen won't ask just like his mama, pretty much. Now that that's over, Martell decides he needs to head on over Melody's house, and says, it's unfortunate that she didn't show up to my mother. I mean, bitch, where the fuck was you? Okay. And he's like, I know she upset with me. She got all reasons to be. We've been going through it for the past couple of weeks. But he wants to talk to her about one of their kids moving up a grade and going to camp. Okay. And I guess, and the kids going to camp. So he lets her know that he wants to come over and talk to her. And he tells her, don't get me outside, basically. Like, it's hot. Like, invite me in. She basically puts her hand up like this, blocks the doorway, and she says, yes, we're outside today, huh?
We're not doing that.
Period. And he was like, as long as you're gonna be acting like that, I'm gonna leave. She really did not give two fucks. He jumped in his car.
She's behind a little boy.
Basically, went back in her house. That's what she said. And yeah. And basically, she says she feels like maybe he feel like she gave him an inch by inviting him to Destiny. Now he think he could take a whole mile. It is not going down like that. She says, she set her boundaries and she gonna stick to them. Respect.
She had no problems for a while.
Damn it.
And she gets back and she ain't gonna go 50 steps back from Martell.
Period. So she does. She goes outside to like give him like a bag or something. I guess that maybe he had originally asked for one of the girls or something like that, but then he said he didn't need it. I don't know. And he all cursing, talking about something. I don't need that fucking bag and da 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 da. He calls her from the driveway, tells her she's immature and being rude. And he's like, I invited you on my house. Da 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 da. And she's like, okay, that was your house. He's like, did you come to my house? Yeah, that was your house. That's your house.
Being petty because she just doesn't want to. She just wants to say she's never invited Martell into her home.
In her defense, in this situation, what she said was she's never invited him
into her house. Right.
So why would it be any different today? Just because you invited me into your home, sir? I don't want you in your
to say if you didn't invite me to your home, I wouldn't feel no way.
It would make no difference to me. Okay. But after she said that, he hung up on her. And basically he says that, he thought that they were in a place where they could be cordial, but once again, he feels like she's being petty and disrespectful. But he decides that it's more important to have this conversation about their kids. So he turns back around, calls her, asks her to come outside. And he asks her, my thing is, sir, if it was about the kids, why are you asking her why didn't she extend the invitation?
Right.
And she says, yes, like things were cool in Florida, but coming back, you opened me up to a lot of drama that I haven't had to deal with in a real long time. So apparently, call me Mel identified if you want, but in this, I do not agree with Mel. So apparently she was mad because he told Coleslaw that she had COVID.
And then Coleslaw went on live.
But
all of the Beyonce's internet.
Yes, which
had COVID and that she gave.
And I agree with him that you can't hold me accountable for that. The reason why he told Coleslaw is because you had COVID, which you were around the kids, and now I have to keep Coleslaw's son separated from the kids because of COVID. So it was important for me to let her know that this is why I have to keep the kids separate. I don't see any problem with that. Now, what she did with that information is on her. And I agree that she should not be holding him accountable. But she took it back. Of course she did. Because she cares. Okay. And she says that I'm holding you accountable because basically this is, I'm gonna break it down real quick. This is the bitch you cheated on me with. This is the bitch that disrespected me. And you still wouldn't have had a baby with this bitch. It's basically what she said.
Yeah, she said that, but he needs to be accountable as well.
Not for what she said, not for what she did with that information.
Keep your hoes in check. Yeah.
Well, we know she. First of all, Mel knows that this hoe is not in check. This hoe was calling her when they were together. Mel knew about this hoe. So let's not. But then shit really took a turn for the worse, okay? Because then he started talking about how he had to quarantine 3 times with the kids because she back and forth to Atlanta catching COVID. Listen, we don't know what you're doing out in Atlanta. It really don't matter. Okay, but please don't be bringing COVID back to the kids.
You know what? You ain't shit.
Let's not put our kids in danger, please. Okay. Then she's talking about well, since you want to talk about you don't want me and I don't want you, how about the week before last? You was trying to get back with me, talking about, oh, we soulmates, we soulmates.
Sunday before last.
The Sunday before last. Listen, it was getting real petty, real nasty, real ugly. Okay, it was giving real, I give a fuck. Okay, that's what it was giving. All right. But basically,
But you can't expect them to not give a fuck after how many years?
This is why I agree with what Marcel said. Okay? You already put me through the shits with this bitch, and now you got another bitch. Yes, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Okay? And basically he tells her, why would I want you? Why would I want you? I know half motherfuckers you done fucked with. Da 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 da. She was like, you know what? Go.
Bye, Martell.
Bye.
Martell.
Bye.
Bye, Martell.
Bye, my driveway. Bye bye. Bye bye. And listen, that's how it ended. But the reunion looks like it's going to be lit because Destiny looks like she is ready to spill all the tea. Yes, all the tea. She's talking about some. Yeah, well, should I spill it? Should I
call the Martell at wee hours in the morning as well?
I don't know what it was. Okay. But Maurice was like, no, don't do it. I can't wait.
Well, if you guys have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification button.
And please make sure that you follow us on all the platforms that are the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram. It's all.
And make sure y'all have a great New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year, happy 2023. And we will catch you then for the reunion. And y'all, all the shows are coming back in January, so you will get more of us, which you will love. But we love you guys. Happy 2023. Take all the good blessings, good energy, positive energy into it. And y'all be blessed and have a good night.
And prosperity.
And prosperity. That money.